Hi, I'm Chris with McCarthy. Today is Friday, January 19th. Team's been working hard all week, so let's go take a look around.
Work is ongoing over at the helipad site. With the steel erection complete, HME has now mobilized off-site, and Superior Concrete has taken over to install the precast retaining wall. That work is going strong and should finish in about 2 weeks' time. As we mentioned last week, we got a sample of the helipad safety netting in this week. With some close measuring, the boys even had a chance to give it its first safety test. Next steps at the helipad are pouring the concrete, which should happen at the end of next week, followed by the road, and we should have that thing ready for the middle of February. Let's turn our attention to the next work area, phase 1 of the staff parking lot. With the cold snap this week, we weren't able to start the stabilization as planned. But despite the small delay, we still have some good work going on over there, with the precast fence being completely finished at this time. With the weather warming up this week, we should be able to start stabilization next week and turn over phase 1 in mid-March.
As we're wrapping up phase 1 of the parking lot, let's go see how we're going to transition into phase 2.
As we mentioned last week, we'll be laying down some temporary parking here in phase 1 of the parking lot. That work allows us to get rid of the parking over on the west side of the tower. We'll use this interim parking as we finish phase 1 of the parking lot. Then we'll move everybody over and be able to take the entire area to begin phase 2 of the parking lot. The last parking area is the northeast parking lot. That work will begin on January 29th and should take about 4 weeks.
Of course, the parking lot work is just an enabler for us to get started on the tower. Let's go take a look at that sequence.
As we turn our sights to the west side and the make-ready work for the tower, the first phase that we're concerned with is the relocation of the North Loop Road. We're still waiting for permits for that work, but anticipate it starting around January 29th. Concurrent with that work, with the temporary parking in place, we'll be setting up fence and taking the west side of the site in preparation for the demolition. That work will start around February the 5th and work from north to south along the west side of the site. You can see that work taking place in 2 phases, with the initial demolition extending outward once all of the parking is able to be removed.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week.